Kids, today I want to talk about Glenn Beck's Mean People. I read an article today that Glenn Beck, he went to New York for Labor Day weekend, and apparently from beginning to end, he just had a dreadful time with people treating him meanly and not human, etc., etc. Now, first of all, if I began telling you stories about all the people that have treated me incorrectly, in my opinion, it would take about 46 years to tell the story because I'm about 46 years old. So, but I don't have a radio show or anything like that to sit there and whine about it. I found it entertaining. His reference to a flight attendant failing to open his can of soda as inhumane treatment. The fact that he got a can of soda in this industry, in this day and age, should make him feel happy and proud. Now, if at least he got the soda and the whole can, not just poured part of the can. So the idea that that's somehow inhumane treatment tickles me to death. The other thing that tickles me to death about Glenn Beck is this. He is totally, and from personal experience, being totally nuts. The man's totally nuts. Absolutely off the chain. And his medications, if he's on them, are not working at all. He's a paranoid schizophrenic, if I've ever met one, with a highlight on the paranoid. Or maybe he's a paranoid psychotic. Who knows? We don't know if he actually hears other visions or not. So he just might be a paranoid psychotic. But paranoid, definitely. Now, because he spews all this vile vitriol all over the world, and he has a relatively decent-sized audience to lap up the bullshit that he speaks. The problem is this. Those people go out and are really nasty and horrible to the people they meet on the street, because I've met them, and they're just vile. They're just contemptible people. And they treat everyone just like dogs, and they scream at you, and they carry on in their paranoid delusional world they've created between Glenn Beck and Rush Limbaugh and Fox News and a couple of websites. See that? You hear that? That's light, that's thunder, that's God talking, but I'm saying the truth. So the idea that he gets any backlash for all that nastiness doesn't surprise me, because people have been tormented by his followers for years and years. And most people, and I will say this concretely, a vast majority of Americans, probably somewhere in the 60 to 70% range or even higher, think he's an absolute nut job. And those people that follow him, that 5 or 10, maybe 15% of Americans that follow him, are horrible, nasty people. They truly are. They treat others vilely. I constantly run into them, and they don't change. They just seem to get worse. And you can always tell a Glenn Becker from someone else, because they love to still use the word caliphate. Yeah, I remember the caliphate days. And anybody that watches Glenn Beck will still pop that line on you every once in a while. And it's funny because that word never came up except in college, maybe twice. And then I had never heard that word again until Glenn Beck decided that the mean, nasty caliphate's coming. So, Glenn, I realize you moved to Texas and you're very proud of your new Texas roots and everything like that. But American Airlines is a Texas-based airline. So all those things you were saying about American Airlines seems to be disconnected from what you say Texas is all about. I've worked for American Airlines. I've worked for them for a long time. And if they truly are Texan, like you say, and Texan, neighborly first, then the airline biggest there, best there, base there, should have that same outlook. And for the idea that you would think it doesn't, does not resonate with me at all. So I love that you didn't poke out the names of the restaurants that you ate at, supposedly where you were tormented by the staff, but yet you seem to want a free ticket on American Airlines, so you're pointing them out by name. Glenn, seriously, go to a good psychiatrist, a good psychologist, and a good therapist, because you really do need all three. Have a nice day.